Hello, bitches. It's been a while. Um, I have been going through something that I never thought I would ever go through in my life. I look a bit rough, I look a bit scruffy, but I feel good. Thank God. Normally I'd, film whatever. If I got a cute new deck in, I'd film something and I'd film like cute, reflection videos, blah, blah, blah. And I have to tell y'all, this whole year, like 2023, has not been my year. Um, I have been suffering from those damn kidney stones all the way from January 2023 up until now, and they're still not gone. They're gonna crush them again on Monday, but it's really been taking its toll on me because it's so. Every time I get colics, which is basically a kidney stone attack, that kind of feels like contractions, really intense contractions right here, all the way down to my pee-pee. I literally want to you can't function at all. And then I also decided to quit smoking, which was fun. Not because I wanted to necessarily, but because I kind of got sick of all the whining, because I vaped, and vaping has been in the news a lot lately, where it's like, yeah, vaping is like so bad for you. It's probably even worse than actual smoking, which, probably isn't true, but, it's still bad for you, but it's probably not as bad as real smoking. But people were whining to me about it, so I thought to myself, you know what, maybe that smoking, that vaping is a little bit childish, maybe I just have to quit. So I did. I didn't completely quit cold turkey. I slowly tapered off the amount of nicotine intake, which you can very easily do with the different types of bottles that hold different types of nicotine. So that's been like, I switched from 12 milligrams a bottle to 6 to 3 to 0. And it wasn't until I started showing withdrawal symptoms that I thought, this is completely horrible. And this is not normal and not worth it. So I do need to continue quitting. And I've been quitting for, it's been over a week now, and I literally couldn't function. I literally had to call my manager and say, like, you need to sort of treat me like I'm going to actual rehab, because I can't work like this. Like, there's some stuff I can do, so I can answer emails, and I can answer calls, and I can do some, like, light administrative work, but I can't write, a whole, like, how, why, what, where of why we work in secondary school with, with why secondary school should work together with a public library, like a whole vision piece. that I can't do. And thankfully my manager was like, also an ex-smoker, was like, yep, I understand completely, and thank God I didn't work for a boss when I quit smoking, because, she was she was an artist back then. And she could just, kind of sort of like quit on her own terms. But she was like, you know what, I'm going to give you all the space. You've worked very hard. So, and I really appreciated that. So that was really nice. So I've kind of had the last couple of weeks have been the weeks from hell. Because I did sort of find out that, like, when people talk about shadow work, it kind of makes me laugh sometimes, because let me tell you, this was shadow work. Not only the physical withdrawal symptoms, but also the mental ones, because you really start like connecting the dots on how dependent you are on nicotine, and why you used to take nicotine after certain things that would happen in your life. Very minor things, but why? And you really get to that existential crisis point of, who am I without the nicotine? enough blah 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 about that, because actually I literally just told Willem that I'm feeling a lot better. The withdrawal symptoms have becoming less and less. Haven't touched a cig or a vape all week. So yeah, I'm actually good, and I actually have some decks that really helped me through all of this, which is fun because they're very non-shadow worky, and then I also got a shit ton of cool new decks in. So decks that kind of helped me through all this shit. This one, Angels of Hope, Angels of Healing and Hope by Yasmin Westwood and Ellen Valadares. Gorgeous angel deck, really sweet. Once again, you won't find any any dark, edgy decks in here, because that's actually not what I need when I do shadow work, because I'm already going through it. So I need uplifting shit. So I need cards to tell me, let the good times roll, you know? Let me actually, like, I literally legit want to shuffle this deck right now and pull a card from it, because, you know, I'm going to do that with all my decks that helped me the last couple of weeks. I'm going to do that with all of them because it's just so cool. Okay. Let your creativity flow. Now, that is something that I can, like, do something with. That I should probably start doing more with, because I have been kind of neglecting that. And I have noticed once I, you know, when I talk, it's not difficult. When I play video games, it's not difficult. When I let my creativity flow, it's not difficult. It's the moment where I'm sitting in my smoking chair, because my chair is kind of the, you know, where I would just chill out after a long day of work. That's when it gets really difficult. Another one, and this is a deck that no one talks about ever, and it's pretty cool. It's the Galactic Wisdom Oracle cards by Jessica Tominello as the illustrator. The other two girls that are credited here on the box are Swedish Lina Rune Balling and Luisa Sofia Rödebeck. They're Swedish girls. They run an angel school there, and I really love this deck because this is super duper, like, extremely high vibe, extremely love and light, extremely, you know, these girls are trying to fill that gap in the Swedish market where Doreen Virtue left. That's not necessarily why I got this deck, but I really like the illustrator. However, the messages of comfort that this deck has been giving me the past 2 weeks has been worth a lot, like a lot to me. Archangel Jophiel. See the beauty in everything and in yourself. Look kindly on yourself and others. Let Jophiel connect you to creative power. Like, you can't make this shit up. And look at how gorgeous this is. It is glossy, but who cares? Look at how gorgeous this image is. Isn't it pretty? Isn't it stunning? You know, like I said, once again, like, decks that I tried working with that fell completely flat for me during this time, even though it's a stunning deck. For example, the El Goliath. Stunning deck. Such dark energy emanating from this man. Not supportive during these times at all. Like, completely decrepit, ugly dark energy at this point in time for me. So, you know, and it doesn't mean that it's a bad deck or, you know, that you have to agree. But for me right now, because I was like, ooh, maybe this will be a good fit. No. Another one. Angelic Lightwork by Alana Fairchild. Don't get this deck if you have The Secret Language of Light by Denise Jarvie or the Pleiadian Oracle cards by some British bitch. Because they all feature art by Daniel B. Holman. And, you know, his art just gets repurposed. I think Blue Angel struck a really good deal with him at one point. I don't know, but his art just gets repurposed and 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 repurposed. Like, I can't say that enough times. So if you own one of those decks, it's enough. And I chose to get this deck with his art. And this is one of the only Alana decks that has really like usable keywords at the bottom of the card, which is pretty cool. And I am going to shuffle this deck. This is the first mass market deck I ever got that has antique gilt edging. Antique matte gold gilded edging. I have never had that before. I have never seen that before in a mass market deck. And I kind of love it. I'm kind of living. I really do. I really do love it. So let's see what this deck has in store for me. Like, but I just really like, I've really been loving all the healing messages. Enchanted protection for beautiful boundaries. And that's what I need. That's what I need right now. I need these beautiful boundaries to, and it's been going so well, and it's going to keep going very well, you know? I need these boundaries to be all the way up in order for me to get through this. Another deck that did have, that I did pull one card from, let me get all that shit out. I hate this packaging. What has been, as much as I hate it, the Tree Keeper's Oracle, and I pulled this card from it. If I can even get it to show up because of the horrible glossy cardstock US Games. Why are we using gloss? Why? Quitting smoking has made me extra spicy, so, but, you know, like, why? Nobody asked for this. This literally is, okay, before I, you know, go on about the beauty of this card and the beauty of this art, US Games has editors that are literally stalking every semi-big cartomancy page on YouTube and Instagram, and maybe even TikTok. Why? Where do they get the idea that this is what we want? That this gloss is what we want? Because I want to be able to show cards to people. Like, even, like, it's not even just about filming, but if I were to do quick, you know, I do festivals and I do quick fire readings there. So you basically just get a card and I show it to you and I tell you about it. You know, so I look at it for a little bit and then I show it to you. If it were to line up like this, because this is just because of the windows there, you wouldn't be able to see the art. Like, even when I lay it down and I'm looking at it from the wrong angle. Anyways, I pulled a card from this deck and it was Keeper of Ease. And I really love that idea that, you know, that I need to, even if it, sometimes what you need to do is you need to kind of trick yourself, even when life treats you unfair and when things are not easy for you at all. When you pretend it's easy, it becomes almost easy. That sometimes helps. So this has been, I need to be honest, as much as I think this is a vapid piece of shit, I did like it. You know, because it is a very generic Oracle deck that you can use in any situation for anything. You know, and the illustrations by Stephanie are amazing. The book is poop in a bag. Was not worth the extensively high retail price at all. Does it even say the original price on here? No, it doesn't, because US Games are smart. Yeah, it's complete bullshit, but the cards and the illustrations are really pretty, and, you know, it's usable. So I did like that. So like I did say, I did get a shit ton of decks in, and I really don't feel like filming individual reviews for them. You know, maybe in the future. But one of the decks I got in that completely blew me away is Unveiling the Golden Age Tarot by Izzy Ivy. Now, first of all, production value. This literally, you can't really see it. Maybe you did see it earlier, but this is holographic, this lettering. I've never seen this holographic. It has holographic, why won't I get it to show up now? It has a holographic spot gloss. Now that's completely insane. Then inside the box, which is huge, by the way, there is this really thick, yeah, maybe you can see better on here. No, not really. But the book also has that holographic spot gloss, which doesn't really show up, but it is holographic. The book is in color, which I've rarely ever seen from Blue Angel. And it's really thick. Like, there's a lot of info in here. Like, for every card, there's so every card has a little bit up top, then a reading bit that basically implies your divinatory reading, and then we get a journeying, which is kind of a meditation vibe esque, and we get like lots of spreads, so many fucking spreads. It's insane, and it's once again, this is a very high vibe, Lemurian, spacey, alien-y deck. This also has matte antique gold gilding. This deck literally has that matte finish. This is an indie quality deck. I paid 26 euros for this, which is about as much as producing this deck at my printer would cost me per deck. Pure cost price if I buy 300. So, you know, that's actually like, once again, Blue Angel is doing this. Is literally bringing us decks spec-wise in the high lux quality, whereas US Games will just charge you 50 bucks for that, you know? 50 euros, 50 bucks, all the same. And newsflash, apparently Blue Angel can do inlays now, so they need to keep doing that, because this one is very sturdy, very good, very well made. This is a tarot, but it's also very much an oracle, which is why we have the tarot title, and then we have the oracle card number, so whenever you're in doubt, you can look shit up. Izzy Ivy is a painter that just randomly paints stuff, like, well, she paints really cool stuff, but she doesn't really keep the fact that this needs to be in a deck in mind, so she just scans all her paintings, ships them off to Blue Angel, and their graphic designer has to fit all of the images onto that card format somehow. Even though I hate that, I have to say that this deck has a lot of merit, a lot of heart, and a lot of gumption. And the guidebook proved to me that Izzy does think about what it is. She does think about what she's doing. Whereas I used to have the idea that it was just, you know, her being quirky and new agey and not really paying a lot of mind to what it is that she's doing. She actually does. So that's really amazing. The backs are stunning, by the way. Look at those backs. Wow. And, you know, ooh, got a sneeze, got the sniffles. Ooh. Have you ever had the sniffles behind your eye? Like, ooh. It's just, you know, yes, it's not perfect. Yes, some cards have these weird borders. Sometimes they're up top and down below. You know, which is kind of a shame. Sometimes they have this circular border. But I've decided that I don't really... Sometimes they are completely borderless. I've decided that I don't really care about that anymore. And that I just really love this deck. And I want to pull a little card from this deck as well. Because Izzy really... That's what I like about Blue Angel tarot decks. Whenever they release a tarot deck, they rarely do. But when they do, at least it is actually trying to do something different. You know? Actually trying to do something different. Not, you know, adding an extra card and calling it so different and so special when, you know, in the Two of Wands, we literally see a person holding two wands looking out into the world. But it's so different because it's, you know, this time it's with dogs. It's so special. It's my shadow work deck. Blue Angel doesn't do that. It has the Tarot of Light, which used to be known as the Art of Love Tarot, which has these amazing keywords, which I own. They have the, I'm literally looking at it right now, the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, which is its completely own system. And now they have this, which once again is its completely own system. And then we have the Heartful Activations card. So this is literally asking of us to activate that heart chakra. And, you know, live from love. Live from the love that is within us and that we get from others, rather than the anger and the hate. You know, act out of love to receive love. Just really pretty and really touching. So yeah, look at that. Look at the box too. Like it's gorgeous, stunning. I really love it, love it, love it. A deck that is really new to me. This is by This is by Beyond Words Publishing, and Beyond Words used to be kind of crappy, but they've upgraded. Look, gorgeous matte box, magnetic clasp. This is the modern Merlin Oracle by Lon. Lon did release the Sacred Geometry deck at one point, you know. All her decks kind of look the same. Got the box with the ribbon. We got something cute on the inside. And I actually got this because Martin got the Mary Magdalene Oracle thing with sort of the sigilly cards, and I've really been getting back into sigil making again. Check my Insta if you like to see what I'm up to. They look really cool. And then I saw this, so I thought, hey, but I, you know, kind of want to get the masculine counterpart, so we're going to get the modern Merlin deck, and this is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of cool. This is, and by the way, this is once again also on that really luxe matte lamination cardstock, so that the mass market publishers are coming for us, you know? This just has really good, like, I don't even care that much about, there is a concept behind the deck. I don't even care that much about it because it looks really cool, I think. And it has really good keywords. So this says adventure, trust the unknown. And this is kind of what I need right now. I don't want to think, I don't want to, you know, I need someone else to do the thinking for me. Attraction, draw it in. Gorgeous. Attunement, find the alignment. This is like so stunning. I wish she could do like a tarot deck in this style. I think this is really pretty. Also the graphic design elements of the cards, so the border, the little crescent moon, the adornments on the sides, the font, everything is really tight in this deck. The backs, it's really tight. This says belief, make it real. Certainty, embrace the known and mysterious. So this is actually really cool, and I kind of want to maybe actually do a walkthrough of this because nobody's talking about this. Resilience, embrace change. Love that. So this is, it's actually a really cool usable deck. I like the fact that it has, you know, pretty colors, just a simple keyword, you know, and a little statement to help me along. Really, 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 really pretty. Let's see. This one I also got in. Finally, the Margaret Peterson Tarot. The Margaret Peterson Tarot. And, Margaret Peterson. It's still in order. This is I had doubted about getting this for the longest time because I'm kind of over standard tarot decks. You know, fight me, but tarot is tarot. You only need one tarot deck to be a tarot reader, to get good readings, to have a spiritual practice. You don't really, really, really don't need all that extra shit. All those 20,000 Rider-Waite-Smith clones that you have, you really don't need them. You need to fucking burn them. Burn your decks. Like, honestly, you don't need them at all. I'm so spicy today. But this, this is so stunning. I mean, this is, and this is, you know, this is old, like, a lot of people don't know this, but AGM Mueller used to print for US Games. So most US Games decks used to be printed in the EU. And whenever I smell an AGM Mueller deck, I remember, because, you know, that's what old US Games decks used to smell like. Unlike this glossy bullshit. AGM Mueller have very good, usable, semi-matte cardstock, you know, with that smooth lamination, which is basically like one of my favorite mass market cardstocks. But look at how gorgeous this is. There's like It's so funny because I looked at this card yesterday and it looked like a bunch of blobs. And it isn't until now that I'm looking at it in the camera that I'm seeing that there's like two cats here, one white, one black. I didn't see that yesterday when I looked through it. I want to show my favorite card that made me go, wow. Like, we've already had some, but I love this Hangman. But also this Death card is so stunning. Ugh. Like, and this is all hand fucking painted. Temperance. Look at that. Ugh. What else? What was another one that I loved? Oh, yes. The Star. This Star card. Look at that. It's insane craftsmanship. Margaret Peterson worked 21 years on this deck. And, you know, it shows. That's why it's so special. The minors are really cool. They're more abstract interpretations sometimes. For example, Eight of Cups. But it really does invite you to be drawn into the deck and into the cards. And it has a really cute little white book that actually has, which is really like, you know, it's staple bound and very thin. And this literally has more content in it than most fucking Llewellyn guidebooks. So yeah. Once again, AGM Mueller gets ignored a lot, you know, because reasons. But, you know, they do still publish new decks. They did release a Fab astrology deck a while ago. It's just not like they're very European and laid back, where they never really joined that tarot frenzy that kind of started at the onset of the pandemic. And they just kept releasing decks very slowly, kind of like back in the 90s. And that means you get quality decks like this. This was released in 2001. This is the anniversary edition with the original borders. You know, this gorgeous red color, and that's just so special to have. Like, I literally almost shed a tear. Then there's another deck that I cannot show, because that's a secret deck that I got both me and Martin. And then the Behemoth. My fucking freaking god. This weighs, this is so heavy. This is a really fugly deck. This is ugly. You know, no hate to the creator at all, because obviously it's not. I'm just kidding a little bit. But this is not artsy. This is not Margaret Peterson-y. Does it bring me joy? Yes. The Ark is a huge deck. I got the Ark Basic Edition, which comes with a tarot deck and a mini oracle deck. Now I have to reconstruct this again. Damn. But then I also got, because I ordered this from a Dutch shop that had a sale going, because this is pretty expensive. Don't really think it's worth the original price, but for the sale price I did get it. So I got the standard tarot deck, Ark deck, but then I also got, which comes with a tarot and a little bit of an oracle, but then I also got the 49 card expansion oracle pack, which came in this little tuck box, but there is room to fit it in the big box in its entirety. So that's pretty cool, actually, that they made it like that. So I just, you know, I never want to I could throw this away, but I just folded it like this and put it in the box. So it comes with this huge guidebook where I haven't even read it, because I literally got this in yesterday, but there's gorgeous stuff here about tarot card readings, oracle card readings, sacred geometry elements, but also numerology in tarot, animal symbolism in tarot, like lots of stuff. And then for each card you get, well, is this the same for all the majors and the minors? Yeah. Oh, wow. Every tarot card has 2 pages where it's this whole story, spirit meaning, what it means when this card comes up as your spirit animal, or as your totem animal, or as your power animal. So much stuff in here, like, so cool. It's so cool. And then the cards themselves are really giving sort of old school Hay House, how do you say, Hay House, not Tony Carmine Salerno, Adoring Virtue, Ratley Valentine, Animal Tarot vibes. So basically But Ugly, but just I like a little bit cooler. And then we get the animal name, the tarot card name, and some oracle keywords, always 3, which I love. So that's really cool. So this kind of is an invitation also to, you know, pull your tarot card, and for each of those keywords, key concepts, maybe pull an oracle card, which you can do. It's sort of it's a very standard affair, although there are some like really unexpected cool animals in here. It's very photo manipulation-y. Like I really hope this creator doesn't get mad, but it is a little bit decrepit looking. But I don't know. I don't know. It's been pulling my attention for years. So for example, the minors, for the 4 of Swords, we get the sloth. Makes sense, doesn't it? So it's cool. The backs look good. Look pretty cool. And then for the oracle portion, it's kind of the same. And this all fits into the bag. I already shuffled the oracle deck, and what the expansion kind of does is add some extra animals, and then also add mythical creatures and dinosaurs, which I think is really zany and cool. But yeah, you kind of get the same thing. You just get words and keyword and names, animal names and keywords. So, you know, so just you basically have every freaking animal in the world in here, and it's just really cool. I've never had an animal deck that is so extensive. Look, we even get a mermaid card. There was one really dumb card in here that I like literally. Look at the prairie dogs. Look at them. Aww, they're so cute. There was one really dumb card in here that literally that made me go, okay, this literally is Hugh Carney trying to be whimsical, but it completely misses the mark, and that's the imagination card. I literally can't. Like, that, seeing that made me almost want to throw away the whole deck. But, you know, most of the cards are actually pretty cool. The fun fact is that, yes, this is a lot of product. I do love the backs as well. You get a lot of product in here, so you get a gorgeous book in a pretty big box, and you get like hundreds of cards, and that's stunning and all. Still, quality-wise, it's pretty. It feels mass markety. Not the book, but the cards themselves. It feels a bit mass markety, but I really do like it a lot. Doesn't really feel like a. It does kind of feel like a winter deck a little bit, or like a summer deck, not like a deck that I would use right now. But I am definitely gonna play with it. And you know, that was kind of all. So I hope you guys liked it. And like I said, like, might do a full review on this later, might not. I'm literally surviving now, so I probably won't, if I'm honest. But I did update y'all, and I hope you guys liked it, and I've really been enjoying playing with my decks. You know what I've also been playing a lot? Hogwarts Legacy, and it's giving me life. It's such a cool game to play. And I've also kind of been reading Harry Potter books. So I've really been going back into a sort of a comfort zone that feels really good, and I hope you guys do the same. Thanks for watching, and bye, bitches. This was fun.